Hey guys, so you guys all know about this. If you guys don't know, this is the Google Chromecast. It allows you to cast videos, video apps such as like Netflix, Hulu, and others to your TV, making your non-smart TV a smart TV. But the problem is you have to use a device with this to play the videos, such as like your phone, your tablet, or laptop. So, with the competitors out there, like, you got the Fire Stick and Roku that came with a remote, you know, that was a little more convenient than with just using your phone. So Google thought of that, and they came out with this year, the Google Chromecast 2020 edition is how I call it, but they call it Chromecast with Google TV. So with this comes with a remote, as you guys can see here, and it also comes with a user interface, and you can download apps like off the Google Play Store, very similar to your phone, or if you have used a Android TV device, pretty much the same thing. Google TV is pretty much what they're going to be calling it, the Android TV platform service. So they're kind of converging everything over to that. So yeah, let's get into it. I'll show you an unboxing of this, and then also I'll show you guys how to set it up. So here it is. Usually this was plastic I took off before I started filming, but you take off the plastic, and then you just open up from the bottom here, and then you'll see two boxes here. One obviously labeled with the Chromecast, one with the remote. I'll take these out real quick. We'll show you what everything that comes in the box here. Boom, we got the remote here. Looks like we got some paperwork here. And then in here, let me take out this. Boom, power block, and if we can get in here, over here, we got some batteries for the remote as well. So, paperwork aside, we got that. We know it's typical paperwork getting started. It shows you setup, how to set it up. It's pretty simple. I'll explain to you guys that in the video. Power cord and power brick. You can use the TV to power this device, but I recommend using this power brick to power the device to get the best power out of it. So we'll put that aside real quick here. So let's take a look at the Chromecast first. So open up this box right here. Boom, here we go. So here's the Chromecast here. It has an extra remote here for syncing purposes right here. And then there's probably a LED light for power indicator right here, and that shows you some information about your device. So we'll put that there and show you a quick comparison size between the two. Let's get that in frame. So obviously the wire's a little bit longer in this one, but that doesn't really matter that much. But you can see there's a size difference between the two. And the main reason why is because this has a software in it. You can allow to download apps on it. So you can store stuff on there, where this is much more of a chip to listen to Google and say, hey, play Netflix. I play that, which you control through your phone. So that's why this is bigger here. So next we'll look at the remote. Let's get this out. Get that there. And then here's the remote. Go on the back side here. Of course, obviously, put the batteries in there. It's got volume control in here. You can actually control your TV volume or your soundbar volume with this little IR port right here. So you can actually set up with that way. And there's a very easy setup with that. Let me get that back in properly. On the front here, this isn't a wheel. It kind of looks like one of those iPod wheels. It's not a wheel. It's just a directional, so you can go left, right, up, down with a center click to select items or select apps and stuff that you want to open. You have a back button right here. You have the Google Assistant button, so you can actually press it and search and say, hey, I'm searching for, Stranger Things on Netflix, and it'll pop up Netflix for you and start playing the Stranger Things. You have the home button to bring you back to the home to view all your apps. Mute button, YouTube, and Netflix. So those, if you click on these buttons, these will go directly to those apps. Power and input buttons right here. This is for TV control or device control. You can control other devices just like the volume controls right here. So allow you to power on your TV, in this case, and TV, and then change your inputs on your TV. So yeah, that's that. So if you guys really don't know how to connect it, also on here, there's a port on the bottom of the Chromecast, which is the same plug here, which is USB Type C. You just plug that in end into here. Then you plug in this, just like your phone, You plug that into there, you get there, and you plug it into the plug, and then plug this into your TV, your HDMI port right here, and it'll start up. So let's hop onto to my TV, and I'll show you guys how to set it up. Hey guys, so welcome to my TV. Um, when you set everything up, you plug everything in, you switch to your TV input that the Chromecast is plugged into, you put the batteries in your remote. You'll get a Google icon mixed with like a little TV looking logo with different colors flashing around a little bit. And then you're going to get to this screen. This is the first screen you get to choose from. This is the language screen. So first option, pick your language. So we'll pick, I'm picking English for this video. Um, and then the next option is going to show you two different ways to set up your Chromecast. You can use the Google Home app on your phone, iPhone or Android, and all you have to do is scan that QR code you see on here and your setup code, which will be obviously different than mine. And then you have another option to set up that just on the TV instead. For this video, that's what we're going to be doing. But as you guys can see, it says it may take longer to set up, and that's just because you're typing in your passwords and your emails and everything with this arrows, and you got to click each letter at a time. Where if you use the Google Home app, it will sync that passwords up for you, and you can just type on any answers or questions that it asks you to answer. You can just type it out on your phone. It's faster that way. But again, the rest of the video we're going to use it on my TV, and where you guys can see the setup process. So you click on that, and then you have to choose your Wi-Fi. There's a bunch here. So I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna click on find my Wi-Fi, set that up, and then get back to you guys on the next screen. All right, guys, we're back. Obviously, once you put in your Wi-Fi, choose your Wi-Fi, put your password in, it'll connect to it, and then you're gonna get to this screen where it's gonna please wait. It's this connecting, getting some updates, downloading the system update, which may take a little bit. All right, guys, so that took about a couple minutes for me. Depends on your internet. And once it gets to this point, it's going to restart. As you guys can see, it's going to restart the device. And then should load the options. Okay, so yes. All right, we're here. We'll go initializing the update, all that. Alright guys, and we're back. As you guys can see here, it's rebooted again after installing the updates. That took about a couple minutes for me. It took a little bit longer than downloading for me. Again, your usage may vary depending on your Wi-Fi. So it's going to get through this. This is actually the same startup screen you got when you first plugged in the device for the first time. And after, usually you get like a big update if you don't know from your experience from your phone. Sometimes it takes longer to load the first time because it's kind of setting everything up after the initial update. So this might go faster the next time after this. This was a little bit longer than I normally am used to seeing, but yeah. So now it's going to reestablish the Wi-Fi connection, which it should already have on there, as you can obviously see it connected. So we're going to go through here and see what the next setup is. All right, so here I'm going to take a moment and sign in here, and I will get back to you guys after I sign in. All right, guys, and we're back. So here it's going to show you your name and your email and everything. I blocked it out for this video, but it should show your email right there, and then also your name, which is the beginning of your email. And then you just have to, if you want to, you can actually check out the terms of services, the Play term of services, which is a Google Play, downloading apps and everything. Pretty much, you're not going to use this for malicious, for wrongful use or anything like that. You're just there to download the apps and Netflix, Hulu, and to watch your content and everything. So just hit accept. Additional legal terms. If you wanted, you can check out this as well. Again, you're not doing anything illegal with this device, so consider I agree. Google services. So here, use location. So that's nice, and they can periodically check your location to maybe find some local stuff near you. maybe something like YouTube, more local news segments and stuff like that kind of thing. Help improve Chromecast, so that way if there's any bugs, any glitches, anything like that, it will automatically send a report to Google, so they can work on that for future updates. And you won't be seeing that; it's all going to be happening in the background. Shows recommendations to prove, uses your activity. So if you want Google to see your activity, to update your recommendations. So when you start using the app, you start watching stuff. One of the top rows, and it'll show you guys in a little bit. It's going to show you guys recommended shows based on what you watch, and then services and your privacy and stuff like that. So again, with that, if you want to turn off any of these stuff, you can. If not, right now, I'm just going to leave it. I don't mind. And hit accept. Do its thing. Google Assistant, continue. All right, so yes, Google Assistant, again, that's that button I showed you guys earlier. This is the black button. So you can have that. Again, it's just showing you everything. If you guys have used Google Assistant on your phone, or if you have the Google, like a Nest or a product where you can speak the command, I'm not going to say it to trigger any of my devices, but pretty much this is going to have the same thing. You can actually control your house also with this remote. So yeah, continue. Search across all your TV apps. To do this, to allow to share your requests for your TV apps, you can turn on the setting off anytime in your settings. Your TV share. All right, you can hit allow for this. Google may not be able to find all the content. So yes, if you to choose this option, you can actually even say, to Google to find a show for you, and it will tell you what platforms you may already have it on to watch that show. But if you don't turn this feature on, it may not show that in Google Assistant. So we're going to do allow, activate voice match on this TV. So yes, you want, activate. I definitely recommend doing this because it's kind of a security thing. It will match with your voice, so that way no one else can speak into it and try to control your device. So I definitely say I agree with this. You can turn this feature off, like it says down here. So if you decide later that voice match isn't for you, simply remove it from Google, from the assistant settings. So you can turn this off later. But I recommend to keep it on. It's going to be a good feature to have. So I agree. Get personal results. Obviously, if you want results back from, access your calendar reminders and whatnot. If you're watching something on a show and you have a reminder set, it will pop up on your screen, on your TV, telling you, hey, you have a reminder for this meeting or this event or something like that. So that's a pretty cool feature. I definitely recommend putting it on. Again, you can turn this off in the settings at any time. All right, so here, let's go over here. So here you're going to select the apps you want to choose. I'm going to select the ones I already have on here. They automatically have these checked up for you. I don't know why. Maybe they have a deal with Google or whatnot. But Disney Plus and Prime Video I already have. As you guys can see here, YouTube, Netflix, and Hulu, they're already on the app, and you may not be able to delete them, but we'll check that out in a minute. But they're already on the Chromecast device. By selecting these, it's going to automatically download them once we get to the main home screen menu. Google Play services, you definitely need to have that on there because it helps run like YouTube and Google TV and YouTube TV and other Google products, and the Google Play Store as well when you to download apps. So definitely have that on, checked off. I don't use YouTube TV. I use Google TV. Yes. Go through all these. Again, you select the one apps that you want on here. Let's see. And then also you can have these on for later on. Chromecast built in, I definitely recommend to have that. Even though this has built-in apps and you can use a remote, you can still do Chromecast from your phone, because there are some apps that aren't apps on here that you may still need to be able to put on your TV, so it keeps the caching support built in. Google for Android TV. I want to get that one as well. And yeah, and then so once you're done selecting all these, again, these aren't all the apps in the App Store. These are just the popular ones that they want you to see ahead of time. And again, you can download apps later on at a later time. All right, guys. So this is the setting where you can control your TV with this remote. It has a little IR sensor for this. We're going to get to that in a moment. So right now, I'm just going to click Not Now. and now it's installing apps. So this is installing all the apps that I clicked on earlier. It may take a few. Right now that actually went pretty quickly, but it may take a little bit longer to install them. What? Okay, wow. All right, a little bit faster than I expected. So we're doing that. All right. After that, your Google TV is ready, so we can start exploring it. So we're gonna. All right. So now we're at the home screen after the setup. So this is the screen you're gonna see every time you turn on your Chromecast. If you don't already have it plugged in. As you guys can see here, this is the menu up here, right here, so you can see, there's a search button here, which you can hit on here, or you can hit that search button on your remote. The For You section, again, this is all recommendations based on For You. Any movies that are more geared toward any movies that are on any of the apps that you have, any TV shows, any apps. So this is where you're going to download any apps that you didn't get to choose from. Again, there are many more than that was on that list. Your library, so this will show you your watch list of, it looks like everything, all different. Okay, this is for Google only. So if you guys have Google TV, and this will show you all the, your watch list, your purchase movies through the Google TV version, not every app that you have. If you want to see that, then you're going to have to go in each individual app to see that. You may notice that this menu up here, and then scrolling through here, looks very similar to the Fire TV. And that's actually because they both run off of the Android system. So that's where it looks a little similar to that. So again, you can come through here, see different trending on Google, and this shows you, this menu will show you different, trending on Google, fantasy shows, sci-fi shows, action movies. This will show you on all the apps that you have on your Chromecast. So it kind of just blends everything into one, which is actually pretty cool. So you don't have to keep looking through, and even when you search, it will search through all your apps as well. So you don't have to search each individual app for a specific show that you're looking to watch. So again, we mentioned about the remote control, and I'll show you guys how to set it up through here. So if you notice that I have an icon over there with the little orange icon, it might be a different color for you. If you move all the way over there, you will get to this little menu here. It'll show you your username. Mine's blurred out, but you can press down and select settings. And this will also show you some notifications. Actually, real quick, go back here. This will also show you notifications for events and such. So settings here, or go here real quick. You can set your device name up, which actually I am going to do right now in the video to show you guys how to do it. Choose a name for your Chromecast. I'm doing custom. So they have pre-made ones right here, as you guys can see, but I'm gonna do custom. That's my name. I'm the big Zelda fan, so it's gonna be Hyrulecast 2.0 because my old system was Hyrulecast. So click on that, and that will make that device there. We're gonna go down to remotes and accessories. So here, if there are any updates for the remote specifically, you can actually click on that to do that, which I will be doing off camera. Set up remote buttons. So this is the setting which you had in the beginning, but I wanted to set up the power option first, not the volume controls. This is to kind of show you guys how it works. So we're going to click on here. We're going to add a device. We're going to add a, for power, here. Let's see, click on that. Okay, all right. So we're going to add device, select the device that we want to work on. So we're going to do the TV for now. Click here. What is a brand of TV? So I do have a Vizio, which I'll show you behind me. I'm actually connected my Chromecast to my computer setup right now just to show you guys how it works. But my TV is actually behind me. And if I just do this real quick, you should be able to see it right there. You guys can see that's my TV behind me. Click on Vizio. We want power controls. So that's my choice. So now it says press the power button once, which is this bottom left port right here. Press it once. Wait at least 10 seconds, or 8 seconds, I apologize. See, as you guys can see, my TV went on. and then ask you, does the power button work? You said yes. All right. Input. I'm going to do the input and volume are going to be the same things as this, except you're going to have to hit this button right here. Um, Turn off my TV right there. See, again, set up already. So again, this is going to be the input, which is the bottom right, and you can set up what your TV, specific TV or device you want, and then the same thing for the volumes. It's going to show you how to set that up as well, but it's a very similar process to that. So also when you're in this mode right here to set up your remote buttons here, if you come up here, you can actually pair remote or other accessory. So this is a Bluetooth. So this actually has built-in Bluetooth. This remote is Bluetooth. So you're actually able to hook up other Bluetooth devices such as keyboard, mouse, even headphones. So, it's perfect for, if you have and you want to listen to some music, if you want to watch a movie, but you don't want to wake up anybody else in the house, you can just put headphones on. If you want to get a cheap Bluetooth keyboard to help you sign in to log in stuff, it's perfect to have that to be able to turn on real quick, type in the password and email to sign into your app of choice. So definitely a good feature to do that. To do this. So yes, just make sure when you're in this setting here, it's under remotes in your setting, remotes and accessories, and you just set that up. That's that. Let's get out of here. Now, since I hit the back button fast, it brings you to this kind of like a screensaver mode where it actually will show you just different random images. You can have it set up to have your own personal images. I have mine set up to these good, fancy, professional pictures. So if the TV's on, it kind of shows you these cool artworks and stuff. Similar to the the old Chromecast. The old Chromecast is the same thing. So yeah, there you guys go. That is the new Google Chromecast 2020 edition. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment down below, message me on Facebook or Instagram, and I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, bye.